Good Sunday afternoon, everybody. Hope you're having a blessed day. Right now it is pouring down snow, so I have to drive very careful. Did not get to church this morning. I barely made it here to the market, which was about a mile from my house, so there's no way I was going to get about 10 miles out from where my church is. So, and I do not like missing church. It's just like a piece of me misses. I don't start the week out right or something. So anyways, I just want to tell everybody that we need to keep calm, keep cool, keep collected. We need to do what Jesus would want every one of us to do, what he expects us to do. He doesn't expect us to fight fire with fire. He doesn't expect us to spew profanity back at people, obviously. He doesn't expect us to get violent, make threats towards each other. And of course, I'm talking about the congresswoman this week that was talking about drone striking Trump supporters. This has gone too far, but, we need to understand that they are lost, okay? They do not have Jesus Christ as their personal Savior. Thus is why they're acting the way they act. I always use the terminology, the world and the church. The world would say stuff like that. And obviously the church would and should not even respond. You should not even respond back to someone that would make such to me, a horrific claim. I personally believe that there's going to be violence, that they're going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing buttons. Because the bottom line is, I think this is what they want. I think they want conservatives / Christians to say that's it and start to push back so then they can eliminate. Now, eliminate could be many different ways. It could be literally eliminate you as a person upon this earth, or it could be eliminate you having a voice, to, locking you up, to whatever. And we do not need to fall into that game. I mean, it's hard. I know it's hard to keep your calm and keep your cool and collective doing this type of rhetoric that's being spewed almost on a daily basis. But listen, that's exactly what Jesus expects each and every one of us to do. We have to stand on the rock. We have to just give it to God. I did a video the other day, give it to God. That is exactly what we have to do. We have to give it to God, because if we don't, we are going to end up in a world of hurt, and it is exactly what they want to happen. As I just, said, I believe they are pushing the bounds further and further and just waiting for the explosion to come. And I pray that the conservatives in this country have enough sense not to fall into the trap that they're trying to lay. That is just my personal opinion, ladies and gentlemen. That does not mean that is what is happening, but it seems to me with this type of rhetoric coming from people that are in such powerful positions, intel committees, judiciary committees, these committees that oversee our economic situation in America, committees that oversee our military expenditure and our military in general. It's scary when you got people that are in positions such as that making statements such as I just said. It's scary. It's really, really scary. It just amazes me every day that we stay calm, we stay cool. They lose their temper, and they show more and more of what they're about. I often said that, the one thing Donald Trump did in this country, especially when it came to the media, was he had themselves rip off their own facades for years they put on a facade that they were fair and balanced and blah, blah, blah. But he angered them so much that they literally ripped off their own facades and showed America who they really are. And this goes for a lot of the politicians. And I don't just blame Democrats, because there's Republicans that's in our nation's capital that ain't worth a hill of beans. They really aren't. To me, there's not much difference between the two. There's a few Republicans that I believe are God-fearing, patriotic Americans, but sadly, there's only a few of those. But I often find when I get myself in this situation and I hear things like that, and the first thing that comes to my mind is I get angry. You know, I'm like, how dare you? How dare you say something so vicious and so hateful? You're talking about taking lives because they don't agree with your political ideology. You're talking about wanting to drone strike people that you deem, not necessary. You don't need them because they don't think, walk, talk, breathe like you do. You know, God gave each and every one of us free mind. He gave us free will to make our own decisions in life. This is why he doesn't force us to become Christians. This is why he doesn't force us to accept Jesus Christ as our personal saviors. It's up to us in the end. It really is. It's up to us. But, it is getting hard to listen to this every day when you turn on, the news, the radio. I listen to a conservative radio station here in Baltimore, and believe me, there's only one, because Maryland is a heavily, heavily liberal state. We have 2 counties in my state that are Republican. My county, thank God in heaven, and the county right next to me. But the other 20-some counties in Maryland are all Democrat. We have Democrat, up and down. So it is what it is. But I have to often pray and ask God to calm me. As I said in other videos, I get angry sometimes. I tell my own faults on this channel. I tell you the things that I do wrong and what I do to try to rectify that, in hopes that if you're doing the same thing, you can, follow my lead and ask for forgiveness and ask God to help and guide you. Because in the end, my friends, that's all we got. Christ is all we got. Do you want to hold on to Joe Biden? Do you want to hold on to Kamala Harris? Do you want to hold on to Mitch McConnell or Mitt Romney or a myriad of any other ones? Of course not. Jesus is the one you hold on to. Because you know why? Because he's got you. He's holding back. He's holding you back. And I don't mean he's holding you back from doing something. I mean, he's actually holding you too. He's got you. And as I said in other videos, it reminds me of the footprints in the sand. It's a short, I don't know if it would be called a poem or a short story, but I'm going to end this video with that. And, of course, I'm going to butcher it. You can look it up, but I'm just going to give you the gist of it. One day, this gentleman was walking along the beach, and there was always 2 sets of footprints, his and Christ's. And he noticed that when he went through tough times in life, when life dealt him a raw hand, when life, gave him a bad deal, or he got sick, or, just something terrible happened to him, he noticed there was only 1 set of footprints at those periods in his life. And he turns to Christ and he says, Lord, I don't understand. When I was suffering the most, there was only 1 set of footprints. You abandoned me at that time. And Jesus turned and said to him, my dear son, no, I did not abandon you. During those times when you saw 1 set of footprints, they were mine, and I was carrying you. That is so awesome, and I've always held to that. I always have held to that. Again, I have butchered it, completely butchered it. Please look it up. It's called Footprints in the Sand. If you've never heard it, it is a wonderful, wonderful short story, I guess. Some call it a poem. I don't really know what you would call it, but it's wonderful, and it's true. That's the best part about it. All right, I'm going to let y'all go. I'm going to get in here. There's enough snow piling on my car as it is now. If you're in the Delmarva region, be careful today. Be safe if you're out on the highways and you have to go out. That's about all I got for you. God bless each and every one of you. And please, please do not fall for these people's rhetoric. Just let it go and give it to God and go on about your business. God bless each and every one of you. I'll talk to you the next time I talk to you. Bye-bye now.